Well, he was mad because we was having a good ass conversation and it wasn't being recorded.
That's why you up there sweating.
Who?
I ain't sweating.
God
I
damn.
actually moisturized today.
Put some cocoa butter on, bro.
And I got some wax on my head. I waxed my shit
bro.
and I oil my beard.
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah. Solar flare.
Yeah.
My God.
You don't need none of that, bro. Yeah, all you need is your forehead. That's all you need.
That's cool. All right.
Yo, LJ looked like the teacher who just cannot get the class in check, bro. He's just like,
hey guys,
hi, y'all.
Cut the malarkey, guys. Cut the malarkey.
Y'all see me at the board.
What's going on, guys? This is the Anime Association back here with another video. I am your host, Anime Addict, joined by everyone here in the association. Today, we're going to have a list of animes where we are going to go around the room and we're going to share if we feel it is properly rated, underrated, or overrated. The first anime I have selected is Solo Leveling. Now, would anyone like to go first?
I do.
Overrated.
What's the rating? What's the rating for it?
It's the highest rated series on Crunchyroll.
Oh, it is
600,000 likes. It's the most rated
like
ever.
on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Crunchyroll is ass.
It won anime of the year. We ain't never gonna get a Crunchyroll sponsorship with this shit.
No.
I love Crunchyroll.
So basically, we're just gonna like from stuff you've heard in the community and things like that. Like we're not necessarily going off of like what it's rated on IMDb or something. Like just like what you've heard from people and everything. So Forbes, you wanted to go first.
Let me grab my mic. We're very close.
Give us the Jeopardy voice.
Very overrated. I get, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Fights was dope. I'm more story driven when it comes to anime. I feel like it had its points in the story, but I got lost at some points and it just overwhelmed me with fights. I'm not gonna lie. I really still don't know the character's personality. Everybody said he's an aura farmer, but I don't use that type of slang. I'm too old for that. So I don't know what aura farmer means. I don't know what that is.
That was the most get off my lawn ass fucking.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I would say, you know what I'm saying, it's not a bad show. It's just I feel like it's overrated. That's it. So I give it like I say like a 7.5.
All right, Genyu, what do you think?
I think for me, I'll probably say as well, just agreeing with Forbes. For me, it was a bit overrated. It was cool, but like not as much as what people were saying, because it got to the point where, because there's so many better animes out there that exist within the ethos, it got to the point that every Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, people that don't even watch anime in their life knew about Solo Leveling and were talking about Solo Leveling, and you're like, I swear there's better things out there. And then obviously that, the character itself, I mean, people tell me like, the manga and all of this, he's better in the manga. There's a lot of characters in anime that we've all seen that are a lot better in the manga. It happens. That's not an excuse. You can't defend that. The fights itself, they were all right. We've seen better. The Beru fight, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest fight.
It's a knockoff Goku versus Jiren fight.
I'd rather look at a Battle Beast anime, just straight Battle Beast. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, so I think there's better things. I'd rather watch. Was it City Angel? That's on my list to watch. I'd rather watch City Angel, or some other shenanigans, and really watch Solo Leveling. I haven't even watched season 2.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Why the hell?
You can't give a rating. No, you can't. You can't give a rating then. Hold up.
No, but I've read the manga. I've read the manga.
Okay.
But like, I'm just like,
but no, we're talking about anime though.
Yeah, we are talking about the anime. But I mean, I give it to him. He at least in the first season, so I would at least say his comment is fine.
First season was better than the second season.
Where it got overrated at was when it tried to give me something it wasn't, and that was episode 9 when he woke his mother up. There was no goddamn tension throughout the whole thing. It was a cheap payoff, and I will never forgive any of y'all for trying to tell me otherwise. Okay,
I
it
swear
was
this got
a
you. I swear this
horrible
got you in
thing. There was
trouble.
no
He
tension.
is
He
not letting
sat
this
there
go.
and said, "I don't know if I'll be able to make this potion. My intelligence isn't high enough." Loading, loading, loading. Oh, it did it. Oh, okay. Oh,
It
I don't
did
know if this
fail.
potion's
It
going to
was
work.
a high.
Give it
It
to
was
the
high
mom and
chance.
she automatically wakes up. The shit was ass, man. That shit still pisses me off to this day, and I won't forgive any of y'all.
It built
What did
up
I do?
though.
I didn't
Like
write.
It was
I
a
didn't
cheap
Well, I
write
mean,
payoff.
story.
We had no connection to the mother. We did not care about anything going on. We didn't know who
Yeah.
Jinwoo is. It just was a horrible, cheap payoff, and they gave us that piss poor backstory with his mom and we didn't even know how the fuck he spilled the goddamn hot water on her. That she was
I know
standing
how he
up and he
did.
was down below, and she got burned on her shoulders. They showed us nothing. It was a cheap payoff, and there's no other. It was bad writing, man. It might not play out the same way in the manhwa, but
it don't.
A1 Pictures did that shit horribly.
all right. So do we all
My
agree
bad,
it's
man.
overrated?
My
No, we
bad.
gotta.
I
We gotta get
mean,
Silver. We gotta give Silver. Give us
Yeah,
your
Silva,
response.
what's your take?
so like I think that it's a loaded question because it's a 10 out of 10 rating, so of course it's overrated, right? But I think that also like there's a lot of backlash from people like Tim, Ginyu, Forbes who love good stories in anime, and it's like if you went to McDonald's and you thought you was getting a motherfucking steak, well then joke's on you. You know, Solo Leveling never claimed to be some great story. Like it was
Yes, they
always
did. Yes, they did.
The series itself probably didn't, but the fan base did.
You know what?
Okay, so that's on y'all for being by being like fooled by a fan base who don't know shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
I was ready
anime
to fight somebody
for
over
a
it.
battle anime is fucking great. It's
I
a
didn't know it
horrible
was a battle
story.
anime.
No,
I didn't know it
it
was a
pulls
battle
off the
anime.
power
It's
fantasy
it's
stuff
called
incredible.
it's called Solo Leveling, brother.
That could
What
have
did
been
you think it was
anything.
about?
He
Come
could have
on,
leveled. Look,
man.
he could
Now,
have leveled up his love life. You know,
so
you
you
never
didn't
know.
know he was a necromancer because they didn't give you an indication of that. But like,
Nope, I ain't know.
I'll be
I
honest
I
with
just saw
you.
him
I
summoning
think there's a
people.
lot of backlash because we wanted something that it was never going to be. And that's why I'm like, maybe people are a little too harsh about it. It brought more fans to the fucking community. I ain't mad that Solo Leveling had people talking about it. Now we're going to have people talking about Lord of Mysteries. Y'all going to be mad now about that?
Nah, look,
Nah,
Why?
that's different.
Why is Silver chosen violence today?
Nah, Solo
Y'all
Leveling.
was coming at
Oh,
Solo Leveling so hard. I'm like, but
Yeah,
y'all was,
yeah.
well, why'd you expect to get steak?
Because
I wasn't expecting
of
that,
what
though.
I talked about, right? When that episode aired, everybody tried to pass it off like it was the greatest story
No.
ever
No,
written
you're
and the
right.
greatest
You're
thing
right.
since
Hold on.
sliced bread, right? So it was really good. The first season is incredible. It got me hooked to want to
Yeah.
see the second season. And then it started falling off after the Ice Elf fight. And then it went to that and it got blown out of proportion. For a power fantasy and a battle anime, it does everything it's supposed to be correctly. But as soon as it tries to give me something emotional, it flops.
I agree. Dude, they led you by the nose, and it's kind of like processed food. It just fills you up. You're not supposed to take anything else from it. You're just supposed to watch it and be like, "Wow, that was nice."
Yeah,
But like,
Nope, I don't want that.
Analogy.
brain
Who
I
rot.
is
eat healthy.
Okay,
I eat
listen?
healthy. I eat real
so
healthy.
You
Silva,
better take
what
back
you
this class. You better take back this
for
class.
Silva, do you think that it's properly rated then?
no, I can't say that's properly rated because it's not a 10 out of 10, and that's what it's rated. You know, like that's what the consensus for the vast majority
Yeah.
is,
So
that it's
you
a 10 out
also
of 10.
think
It's
overrated?
underrated. It's overrated. Sorry, it's overrated. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we all agree on that one. My next one was a classic one, Cowboy Bebop. Did anyone want to go first? Anyone
Don't
want to
even
go
let
first
Tim.
on this
Hey,
one?
don't even let Tim say anything about it, because he's gonna say some blasphemy, and the next time I see him, I'm gonna run his fade.
You know what?
You
I could
better
see
not
Shin.
say nothing
I could
crazy.
see Shin saying some blasphemy as well. Don't let him speak as well. I can see him
Don't let
saying some blasphemy.
don't let them two speak then, bro. I
I'm
like them
at
as
this
friends.
at this point in time, I'm not even sure if Silver's going to say
Bro,
blasphemous things
this
because
will end, bro. This will end a
today,
friendship very quick.
yeah, today Silver's on violence, and I don't know what side he's on today. But for
No, so
Cowboy
I'll
Bebop,
start. I'll start.
okay, go.
I
Let's
think that I
go.
think it's
Go ahead.
properly rated. I think it's properly rated.
Okay,
It's not underrated, and it's not overrated. I think that the
Okay.
story does have issues at times. There's some times where I'm just like, Why the fuck am I watching this weird ass episode in the middle of this? Where are we going with the plot? So I understand why people have issues with it. It's definitely not Wanatabe's best, but it is a classic, and we have to show respect and pay homage to the space operas that did it first, in my opinion. So I think it's properly rated.
No, I
Yeah,
get that.
I do agree with that. I think that it's properly rated. I feel like it's a classic that stands the test of time. And yes, the pacing is very bad. It's very episodic. You know, if someone wants to enjoy the story, it's not going to be there the entire time. So it is properly rated in my opinion. But G, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I was just saying I don't like the way that Tim and Shin are just chilling there. They look like
Yeah,
they're
you let them two go
scheming.
next.
They look
I
like
want to
they're
hear what they gotta
Villains,
say
man,
scheming.
villains.
before
I
I
feel
say
like
what I
they look
gotta
like
say.
they're scheming. They're
Stay
scheming.
scheming.
Man.
All right, well, we'll let Shin go next.
Yeah, come on, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Unless you
Y'all
got
don't
anything.
want another rant.
I think Samurai Shampoo's better.
Okay, all right.
Oh
I
Not a
will
man,
bad
preface
that's
take.
not
this. I will preface this as I am an old school anime watcher. I will preface this too. I know Cowboy Bebop is a classic. I will respect that it is a classic and everything like
good
that.
start.
It is considered a gateway anime back then. Yes, I don't think it's a gateway anime now.
No, it's not.
My
I agree.
my so I'm in two different counts. My anime fan or association brain is it. I agree with Silva. Like he said it perfectly and everything like that. With all the flaws and good stuff about it, and I also agree with what Attic has said too. It is properly rated, but for me personally, I don't think it is a underrated show. I do think it is very overrated. That's me personally. With like I said, I'm old. I'm not gonna lie. I might look young, but I am old. And with me going through my years and everything like that, the older and older I get, my tastes start differently. 10 years ago, Bebop was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now, I don't think Bebop is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Don't get me wrong; it is a good anime. It is a classic for a reason. But me personally, Bebop, some of the old stuff like we put on pedestals, like Dragon Ball, for instance, Bebop, um, uh, Gundam Wing,
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
No.
Ronin,
He can say Gundam Wing. He can say Gundam
Ronin,
Wing. He can say Gundam Wing.
Ronin Warriors, even Kenshin, the old Kenshin, stuff that people consider classes and stuff like that. They are, for me, super hard to rewatch. And I own all of
I will
Bebop.
agree, bro. I will agree
It
with you
is
on that.
super hard to rewatch.
I'm literally rewatching Gundam Wing, so I don't agree with Gundam, but everything
And
else I can definitely agree with for
I
sure.
fell asleep on it.
yeah, because
I
you
tried
just
to rewatch
rewatch.
it.
You're watching a horrible Gundam. But
Stop.
we're
Don't
not
you
here to
start with
talk
me.
about Gundam.
Don't you start with me. Don't you start
What's
with me.
But
better?
my
What
thing,
Gundam's
my
better?
thing,
Hold on. I
Both
need to know
of
which
them
one
better.
you put
my
over
thing.
Wing.
Oh,
I can
turn
name
A.
3 of them.
Don't say
Turn
G.
A. Turn A is the best Gundam.
I can name 3 of them.
Turn A is the best. But Turn A or Shars is up there. But like this ain't giant robots. If you want to
Yeah.
do giant robot talk, we can talk about giant robots. I'm all about giant
We
robots.
supposed to anyway, me and
But
Silver.
I think for the modern day anime fan, I think Lazarus will be their Bebop.
Well, I'm fucking sad for them
Okay.
because that
Tough
fucking show
times.
Space
No,
fucking planet, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the
Compete
last
game.
episode. I'm just
No,
saying
no.
that like that shit did paced out
No,
fucking
cause
terrible.
look, compete game. Cause people were saying the same thing. Cause I would, like I said, I'm old just like Shin. Like people were saying
I'm old
the
like y'all
same thing.
niggas too, bro. What y'all talking about? You
Look,
38?
I'm 39.
Okay, I'm 37. So what?
But yeah, but look, people were saying the same shit, bro, about Bebop back in the day. Like you know what I'm saying? They were saying that, bro. Like some people were saying, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, it was great animation. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a movie with it too as well. And
Yeah,
that movie
that's
would
true.
really gave it a boost.
The movie was
Honestly.
fire.
The movie
Yeah.
really gave it a boost, like a lot. But of course people were saying like, yo, it don't make any sense. Like it's boring type shit. I'm like, bro, like it's other things that comes to it that attracts my attention, which is the music as well. Like music is one of the main things, you know what I'm saying, that really attracts me to that show too. Like, and that's what keeps me hooked too as well. Like the whole aesthetic. Like I love it. Like
Well,
but I can
they did
agree
it
with
for all
y'all
of
though.
those, right? Wouldn't you say that for Shamrock Champloo when he got what's his name, the dude
Yeah,
Nosebleeds? He had fucking Lazarus. He got Bonobo. Like he don't play about his
yeah.
music. So you're right about that.
So yeah, like I agree. I agree with that, Shannon. Though I do, bro. I feel
Look,
what you're saying on that.
look,
Go on,
I
go on,
But Tim,
Tim.
he's
cannot.
about to straight dog walking,
I
bro.
cannot tell a lie. I have never told a lie.
He ain't
Everything
even
I
finished it.
say in
He
these
hasn't even finished it,
videos
Shan. He hasn't
are
finished it,
the
Shan.
He
truth.
hasn't
It's
finished
the
it.
He hasn't even
objective
finished it, bro.
truth. He is lying. Look at his face, and he's from
He
New
did
York.
not
He's
finish
a
it.
liar. He's
He
from
didn't
Brooklyn.
finish it.
Okay?
Whoa,
I'm
Look,
proud of it. I'm
look.
proud of it. He never
Because
finished
it's
it.
rated as a classic, I'll say it's properly rated. I do not see that many people going around saying it's the greatest thing ever. So I will agree that it is properly rated, but I do have to agree with Shin. For people that talk about it, they do talk. The group of people that talk about it do talk about it like it's the best thing, and that is very overrated. I watched it. It is boring. There's
Cap.
no plot until the last 4 episodes. It's the same thing that we just talked about with solo leveling. It gave me something completely different that it didn't build up to, in my opinion. And
Cap.
that's why, to me, it's overrated.
That's
But in
cap.
the culture, it is properly rated because it's in the classic category, and not too many people say it's the greatest thing ever.
Did you watch the movie, sir?
Bro, I don't give a fuck. It's boring.
The movie's not boring,
The movie's
but
No, the
not
movie,
boring. The
no,
movie's
I
far
do.
from
I
boring.
wouldn't. The series is boring, so I'm not gonna go out my way to watch the movie.
that's
Do you
fair.
see his face? That's how you know
No,
he capping.
that's fair. No, it's a fair point. I'll give him that. I'll give
It
him
is.
that.
It is. It is though. It is though. It is though.
It is a fair point. It is a fair point.
But his
Look,
whole statement is cap.
no, I. The thing is,
We
I
know
think
you're lying because you have to lean in.
look,
All cap.
what I will say about the series is I think I think it is properly rated. I think the pendulum can swing both ways. In this case, as Tim says, he watches it and it's boring, whereas I watch it and I don't think it's boring because it's one of those animes that I can watch it multiple times and still feel a sense of somewhat of a magical feeling, because even though I know what happens, the episodic stuff is the episodic stuff, but it's more about, I watch it in the eyes of I'm following Spike's journey, in one way or one way or another, and for that, I can enjoy it for that. And
Yeah.
yes, I understand. Obviously, the story only starts towards the very, very, very end, which obviously, if you are a story lover, it is obviously going to be very, very frustrating.
I
But as
disagree.
I feel like that's a little stretch though, because they do
Yeah, I
build the
disagree.
team and like
Yeah,
there
they
is
no,
they
that's
build
what
a
that
lot. There's
no
a
that
I mean,
lot.
it
that's why
does character building,
You
yeah
but it
that's
Yeah,
why
doesn't
bro.
do plot
the
building.
story the there's no, it's not like Lazarus where there is a main objective like
right
yeah.
finding Skinner.
yeah
The main thing about Bebop, it's about Bebop and the crew. That's the
yes,
whole thing
that's why I
about
said
it. And
following Spike's journey.
the story that everybody, yeah, like the
Yeah,
story that everybody's saying is towards
But
the end is Spike's. We get everybody's thing.
yeah,
Spike is not the only main
only
character.
look,
yes,
I'm gonna tell you, there's two shows that follow kind of that same formula that pull it off way better. Black Lagoon and Trigun. Those two series pulled off that formula way better
They're
because
not
they
the same
actually
though.
sprinkle stuff in there. It just gets it. This is the main plot. It might be Spike's. It might be Spike's character arc, but it gets presented as the main plot, and it just gets thrown in there. It's
I disagree
episodic,
with
and then
I
something
disagree
that's
with the
the main
Trigun
plot.
thing because
But we
Trigun is
know
very
Stampede is the
yeah yeah
we know he's the
yeah
main
yeah
character. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Stampede like that, but old Trigun is just like Bebop. You don't get the stuff about knives and stuff until way almost
Yep.
towards the end of
No, but
the show.
And it's
And you don't get
hints.
no you don't
We
even
get
get no
hints
hint.
about the plants
You
and
don't get
everything throughout
you don't get
Trigun.
no
but
no
Tim,
you
there's
not early. Not as early.
but
Not as early as you wanted it like Bebop.
No,
It's almost in the same it's in the,
Bebop
almost
is
in the
what,
same
24
area.
episodes?
yeah.
Yeah.
24 episodes, and we don't get anything till 20?
No,
No,
Tim,
you
don't
do
do
get
that,
stuff.
Tim. Don't do
You
that.
Oh,
you find out
Addict,
about
look what you
Vicious in
started.
episode 3.
Yeah.
You
No,
find out about Vicious in episode
It's
3,
better get
Tim.
good
So like
views.
I mean, the anime starts
but
with Spike dying. I'm confused. Like we know what's going
That's
on.
cool. What I'm
No.
saying is the way it got presented to me is that it sold me something and then brought me
Hey.
something else, and I just didn't give a fuck about what the hell
Look,
was going on.
you know what's funny? That's how I feel about fucking To Be Hero X. The way they tell that fucking story
Cool.
is the same fucking way. So, with that being
Cool.
said, I'm gonna leave you be. I'm gonna leave you be. You right in that regard. Like if that's how you feel about the story,
But
never really.
hold up, you're on tape saying that you were wrong about your opinion on 2B Hero X. I'm
I
not.
was
on tape
wrong.
saying
I
that.
was wrong about the animation, but I never
we can
said
bring
I.
up the real.
No, you can bring up the
Look.
real. Bring it up, and if you read the real, I said I still fucking hate the way they tell the story.
It's,
So
look, it's
I'm
nothing
on tape,
wrong with boring
keeping
anime,
it real.
There's nothing wrong with boring anime.
I
bro.
think Addict, we should
I
move to
look
the
at
next
Magnus
anime.
Prime, bro.
Yeah.
Magnus
So
Prime
has,
is
has
boring
everybody
as
spoke their piece about the
Yes,
one we
yes,
were
yes.
covering, Cowboy Bebop?
I will
Yeah.
say this too. I will say this. The reason why Bebop is as highly rated is because of the West. In
Yes.
Japan, Bebop
It
is
was-
more
it was a
considered a
flop.
flop. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The West is what popularized Bebop.
But that's a couple anime. There's a couple anime that just
No, there's a
fucking
couple
flopped
anime.
over there, and they ran
Yeah, and
in
then
the
they
West.
just ran like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on,
Okay,
Addict.
okay. So we're gonna move on to the next anime. It is a very popular anime. Everybody knows it. This is Naruto. I'll go first on this one. I
bet you
shouldn't
would.
I shouldn't look at it like this, but a friend of mine, as I was watching it, compared it to every single anime out there. Said
Oh,
it was
no.
better than every single anime out there. So for me personally, it's slightly overrated, just slightly. If
Which
I were
friend
to
is
rewatch
this?
it, it's no one that
Oh,
no
okay.
one that's like in the community or anything. But
Sure.
if I were to rewatch it, I would probably say it's properly rated because another classic, another one of the big three. But for me personally, it's slightly overrated. But if anyone wants to go next on Naruto,
Wait, is this normal Naruto or Shippuden or both?
you can include both.
It should be all of it. He should be included.
Yeah, it should be all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-uh.
I guess I can say it's kind of properly rated, but
Yeah.
that's the core story. Half of it
Yeah,
is
look.
filler, so that
No.
kind of makes it hard to kind of judge it. But there are those hardcore Naruto fans that will say it's the best thing ever, and there's probably more out there. So I could lean a little bit towards
And look,
overrated, especially like that the fourth Great Ninja War part.
And
There was
look.
some stuff in there
Yes.
that wasn't that
Mm-mm.
great. But I could say properly rated, leaning a little bit to overrated.
I'ma
Because
tell you about
I
Tim.
just hear people bringing it up. It's one of the big three, and a lot of people they might throw it in their top five, but I don't see a lot of people running around, especially since it's ended, saying it's the greatest thing ever. Besides, like Addict said, there is a community that thinks that. So, but overall, I don't think it's overrated that much.
There you go. Okay. I'm glad you changed that.
I've been
Because-
saying that. I said it was properly rated, leaning
I
a little
thought
bit towards
you were
overrated.
saying.
You're not even listening. You just want to respond.
No, I am
You
listening.
just
I
wanna
just heard
respond.
overrated.
Right.
I just heard overrated. That's all I heard.
Well,
Yeah.
Forbes, you can go next.
I
Forbes.
remember I kept begging Tim to look at it. He kept on saying, I'm not looking at that shit, bro. I remember he kept on saying that, and out of nowhere, he knows more about Naruto than I do, bro. That's all I gotta say. Bro, I was to the point I was on Baruto, matter of fact. He was like, I'm not looking at that, bro. He's like, this is ass. My man knows way more. But honestly, I don't feel like it's overrated. Like, I feel like it's a great story, bro. Like I was reading Naruto before I watched Naruto, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so As like I say in my top five, nah, it's not gonna be in my top five. Probably not. But will I watch it again? Hell no.
Yeah,
Too
maybe
much.
So
just arcs, like little,
Yeah. Hell no. I would not look
episodes.
at that over again, bro. I would not.
so
Yeah.
See, and I wasn't spoiled with it either. Like, so the Jiraiya stuff, I wasn't spoiled with that. And I actually was looking at it when it came out, like episode for episode on Shippuden. So I actually caught all the way up to it. You know what I'm saying? So I give it like I'll give Naruto an 8, bro.
properly rated.
Yeah. It is. It is.
All right, G.
Um, this one's a bit of a. I'm probably the worst person because I never really watched Shippuden or the movies, but like from him being a kid, I would say it is fairly rated from what I've seen. I think it's there's loads of good bits, and obviously like with other stuff there's always bad bits. It just depends on certain situations. As what backing up what Forbes said, would I watch it again? No. Does it have the rewatchability factor for me? No. It's one of those things where it's like I ain't gonna sit there and I ain't gonna
Bro,
see
it's
it.
too long, bro.
I ain't gonna sit there and watch and feel those feelings for Jiraiya again just to see them just to see them run amok on
Look,
him like
I'm
that.
I'm gonna
I'm not
let
gonna do
y'all in
that.
on something. I used to sit there and watch the Jiraiya death scene for no reason, just to choke up. Like I'd be like, "Why am I doing this to
Oh,
myself?"
what?
Bro, you think he get an alternate, bro? He just thinking he gonna get like an alternate ending to it or something. No, it's not. It's the same thing, bro.
I
If you
mean,
watch it in reverse 10 times, it changes.
Technically, you did.
I
Technically, we
mean,
did get an alternate jump though.
technically, we did kind of get an alternate in
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Boruto.
Koji
did.
Kaji.
We did.
So Shin, what would you rate Naruto?
All right, so your comment on this is one that everybody's seen.
He hasn't seen.
I know
Oh,
about Naruto. I know about Naruto. I know a lot about Naruto. I have not seen all of Naruto. I've only really seen chunks, and that's only like sagas. I've seen all of Chunin Exam. Um, that one, and I guess this is filler. That one when they were finding the 3-star person, and then that
Yeah,
girl showed up. Is that
Mm-hmm.
filler?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see some of that, and then I seen Sasuke versus Naruto. Both all three fights, or was it 3 or 2?
There's only two of them.
It was
Just
two.
2? Or okay. I seen that. That's it. So I
All
know
right.
about Naruto, but I ain't seen it. But seeing how popular it is, I think it is the weaker of the big three. Story wise, would
Yeah.
I watch it if Naruto gets a Naruto Kai or a remake like One Piece is getting, where they just cut out all the filler? I might watch that. But like, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't need to watch the magicians posing as ninjas. I don't need to. I don't need to watch all that. If I want to watch magicians, I could go watch
Fairy tale.
random.
He
Yeah,
doesn't want to
fairy
watch
tale.
fairy tale but ninjas.
Mm-hmm. Fairy tale with ninjas.
All right.
But
Fair enough. So Silva, what's your take on it?
so like that was the first of the big three that I finished and complete, and like I actually watched every single episode, including all the fillers. It hurts me to say it. I think it is slightly overrated. If we're not gonna include Boruto and all that stuff, because I know that Boruto's giving it the legs that it needs to really stick it home. If we're not including that, I feel Naruto's a little overrated. I don't like the way that the show did Madara. I felt the pain arc was like the crescendo, and everything else kind of felt like it was good. Madara's kicking ass and all that, but like the story just kind of got too big for itself at the end, and people talk about it in retrospective, like that shit didn't go down like that. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, like if we want to forget the ending, then yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. But I think it's a little bit overrated. A little
I think
bit.
the
the sex
core.
jujitsu.
I think the core of Naruto after the pain, it was the whole Obito and Kakashi stuff. As soon as that came out, I will say like it kind of did start going downhill and then flatline. I personally didn't have a problem with Madara and Kaguya and that stuff, but if you're
I
Ah,
was
looking at
excited.
the story itself, it could the Kakashi Obito stuff is kind of where the story itself ends. Uh, with that being said, Naruto Shippuden is really the Kakashi story, and nobody can. It starts off with at least the anime. It starts off with the Kakashi flashback, and then it all surrounds Obito and Kakashi with Naruto and everything weaving in between what happened between them.
I just don't know why it turned into a sci-fi fucking anime at the end of this goddamn thing. Like you could have included some
Because yo,
aliens
What do you
throughout
mean?
if you
no,
was.
no, no, no. That's what
What
he
do you
wanted
mean
to
it
do from the
did?
beginning, though. Like he said he wanted, right? I don't know what it is. He
Them
actually
niggas the
made a,
magicians.
yeah,
What do you
bruh,
want?
exactly. He
Hey,
actually
but
made look. He actually
he
made an
also
anime one.
he also toned down the blast and like because the aliens can't be affected by ninjutsu for real, so it's all taijutsu because he didn't want big flashy series anymore, just everything exploding and stuff like. So he wanted to bring it back to the original feeling where they're throwing hands and stuff.
They definitely do that in Boruto.
Yeah,
All right. So this one I have to ask if anyone has seen it. It's Monster.
Of course.
Yeah, but
Jin.
who?
I have seen that.
Oh, okay.
I've
You've
seen
seen it.
that
Okay.
too.
Okay,
I don't
I
think I've
get
seen
that
that.
reference. I get that
Johann
reference.
Liebert.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen that.
No. Okay.
Monster, yeah, Monster's pretty
What about you,
good.
G?
Yeah, I've seen Monster. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So does anyone want to go first on their take of Monster?
I'll go first.
Yeah,
Okay.
go.
That's one of the best
There you go.
thriller. That's one of the best thriller mysteries I've seen in an anime in a long time. Uh, I saw that job way back when. Though,
Yeah.
and and it's and that was during the time when I was starting to like my taste started to change. I started to give it. I wasn't the shonen tard like most people are. Uh,
That's
so
crazy
like
work.
Monster has a very special place in my heart because Monster is like one of those few animes I watch with my mom. And so like I really me personally, I think it's perfectly rated.
Yeah.
But anime mine, I think nowadays, I honestly think it's an underrated show. I think people our age and everything like that, they might hype it up, but like I don't hear a lot of people talking about something like that. It's not like a mainstream anime.
Yeah. That's what I was about to. I totally agree with you on that right there. Because it's very underrated, bro.
It
Like,
should
I
it
feel
should get
like
a
it should be
remake for
higher than.
sure. They need a remake because
No, no, no. Don't touch it. Don't touch
well,
it.
no,
Just
no.
leave it
Well,
right
the
where it's
reason I
at.
say that,
Don't
bro,
touch
is you're not gonna get any fucking person who's under the age of fucking
it. Look,
26 to
let me
watch
tell you
that
like
shit.
this.
We're lucky.
It's
You're
yeah.
26, bro. We're lucky you watch that shit
Look,
25.
because anybody
look,
who
look,
you're 25. Oh, my bad. And under the age of
Yeah,
25.
but you also watch a
look,
thousand anime a
look.
month, so
It's
Yeah.
certain
Yeah. Yeah.
animes I
It's
don't
a
mind
gig.
gatekeeping, and that's one of them right there, bro.
Nah, you're right. The story is so good that like if you ain't willing to like go and watch the old animation like and get past that, like I don't know if there's a
And a
better
lot of people can't
fucking
though.
I feel like in my opinion, I feel like the anime that would be the equivalent to Monster for modern day anime watchers would be Pluto.
Yeah,
well, it's the
I
same
agree
yeah,
with that.
maker,
I
correct?
can
Like
say
the
that.
same
Yeah,
person
Yes.
wrote that
Yeah,
Astro
yeah,
I
Boy
would.
Yep.
reiteration, so I can
Yeah,
say
I
that.
would say Pluto.
But even still,
and Pluto's great.
not great, not monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, not monster.
It's
I
on my
would
queue. I'll
I would
probably load
equate
it up
that
and start
to
watching.
it's as their monster. Pluto would be their monster.
I agree. That's a good take.
Yeah, for me personally, I think it's very underrated. I feel like a majority of the community never talks about it. I rarely see anything about it, but I agree with Shin. It's one of the best psychological thriller, murder, mysteries, whatever you want to call it, out there that I've ever seen. I literally binged it in like 3 days, I think, because
hmm
I was hooked from the beginning. So to me, it's underrated.
That's pretty
I
good. That
agree.
got a lot of episodes too, man. In 3
Yeah,
days,
Yeah,
dang.
I think
yeah,
it's
it's
about
like
God
17 or
damn,
74, I
bro.
17.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
74.
yeah.
And you was reading the
Yeah.
subs?
I was.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You watched it in
Yeah. I mean,
And
from
so I'm
the
proud of you, bro.
yeah from the beginning
yeah,
of Tenma having to choose, is he gonna save the mayor or is he gonna save a 10-year-old kid? I was hooked right there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Dr. Tenma. Yeah, man was on the run.
I
Nice.
always knew the best member of Anime Association had taste, man.
Thanks, Jin. I'm happy I didn't let you down.
Oh my God, nobody talking about you,
Oh
bro.
man.
Wow, Forbes. Wow,
With you.
Forbes.
You my boy,
Wow,
bro. You my
wow,
boy, bro.
wow,
You my boy,
We
bro.
hating.
You my boy.
You're my
gang.
boy, Blue.
You my boy, getting you.
So the next one is another one that came out around the same time as Monster. I believe it was the same year. Bleach. Does anyone want to share with Bleach?
You know, I want to go first on this.
All right, Forbes.
All right. Just like Shin said earlier, when I got out of high school, I was doing some illegal stuff. I'm just let you know that right now.
I wasn't doing illegal stuff.
I was doing
Just want
a
y'all
lot
to
of
know
illegal
that
stuff.
I wasn't doing
I was
illegal
doing,
things.
I was doing
Full
everything above the
disclaimer.
sun.
Full disclaimer.
But
The
look,
association does not support illegal activities. Forbes' past is
as long as you don't
his
get
past.
caught.
They never.
As long as you don't get caught. But now look, Bleach came out after, you know what I'm saying, my love of anime faded, you might say. But it's what brought me back into watching anime, bro. And a lot of people don't really give it the love that it really needs because they keep on saying fillers. But most of the animes that came around that time have a lot of fillers. So it's like that was the main thing they did. Like, and growing up watching anime, you always got fillers all the time. So I was used to that. Like, I wasn't used to people saying like, I'm not watching something because all these fillers. I'm like, you don't watch it then, bro. Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to try to beg you to, you know what I'm saying, to watch it. But at the
Then
same
stop
time,
asking me to watch it.
no,
Stop
I be
asking
joking.
me. No,
Then
you ask me every
Look,
week. You need to watch it.
You know what he said?
Stop asking
You know what he
me.
said? He has an opinion on it and only got to the Soul Society arc, bro.
Yeah, so
That's it.
No, the first
I mean,
20
why
episodes.
don't you
is
wait till it
nothing.
comes around me before spoiling it?
You got
I don't tell you
That's
nothing.
crazy work.
I don't tell you
That's
Did he
anything.
crazy
finish
work.
it? Did he finish the solo arc?
No,
Did he
no.
finish?
Yeah.
I think he did though.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you
He
good.
said
That's
he
what
said
Bleach
he felt
ends,
like,
man. You good.
oh wow. That's when it ends.
I mean,
I-
if honestly, if the series ended there, I would not be
That would-
upset.
bro.
That was a great arc,
I
and
would.
it ended like a story would end. I know it leaves like the
No.
whole Aizen thing hanging over
Yeah.
our heads still, but I did it like it still was one of them things that it didn't, but it wouldn't bother me if it ended there because of how great the whole Aizen stuff was.
Bro,
Aizen's
all that shit they
introduction
was
is
talking-
probably the best shonen villain introduction that I can think of. As
Bro.
I can't speak on it beyond that. Apparently, it stays the same, like that same quality. I can't really attest to
It's all
that, but
good.
that first arc is an amazing arc, and it ended there for me. Everything else is just supplemental. If I started watching,
Well, do you think it's properly rated or you think it's overrated?
I guess I would have to say properly rated because I haven't finished it.
I think it's not properly rated. I think it's underrated, honestly. Like,
I can see why somebody would say it's underrated though, but because of all the hate that it does get, right?
Yeah.
But as far as from my perspective, I would have to say it's properly rated because the extreme contrast after the end of that arc going into the filler, it turned me off of it, and I couldn't get past that filler arc where they're in the school and it's just a complete shift, and it took me out of the immersion of the series.
That's Bleach.
I will say the Soul Society arc is the best arc in the original Bleach.
I agree.
That
It's
yeah.
hard
Cap.
to. Well, I mean, what's the best
So-
arc to you in the original?
The
Because
Rancor.
the Rancor was
Why y'all
fire,
say
but
Yeah.
why y'all say original or
Yeah. I'm
well,
trying to tell you
original?
well, because
I don't know.
Thousand Year
Year
Blood
Blood
art
War.
is part of
all the
Bleach.
original-
That's a
I know,
part of
but,
the
like-
original.
Yeah, but that's the best arc right now, in my opinion. Like the Yuawa and like watching the Stern Ritters and all that. That shit is blowing my mind.
Bro,
Yeah,
that was
I only
my joke, but
yeah.
a Rancor.
I only say that because it's like a 10-year difference, so some people consider it like a sequel. But Yeah, I mean but for me personally, I think Bleach is not overly underrated, but it is a little bit more underrated than properly rated because it's like the stepchild of the big three. Like everybody just shits on it for no reason.
They
Like
do.
I like it more than Naruto. But it's hard for me to say it's underrated just because of the love that it's currently getting with the new arc.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
Because
it's still getting
now
hate.
it's getting hate, but like
It's getting hella hate.
I feel that we are now because I think that's the best of the big three for me. You know, I know that One Piece is right there for me, but I like Bleach a little bit more. And I think that it's now having those conversations. Like they weren't in the conversation back in the day. Yeah, it was a big three, but nobody was talking about Bleach. It was like Naruto and One Piece, Naruto and One Piece. So it's hard for me to say it's underrated just because I think right now we're at the proper rating. I need to see season 4 before I say that like it's underrated. No, season 4,
Right.
the blow your lord.
That joke is flawless. I ain't gonna cap.
did G go?
Oh, we already know what G gonna say.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually gone. Sorry. Yeah, no, I think for me, Bleach is. I'll probably say it's properly rated. Um, yeah, I can understand why people would say the best arc is the obviously the Society arc. I can get behind that. But everything else that we've gotten beyond that has been good. I've liked the Aranka stuff. Um, 1,000 Year Blood War. I'm all in on that. I'm all in on that biz. I got to see my Donnie's Bonkai that I'd read
Oh
in
my
the
god.
manga. So
Don't disrespect
so
the queen.
now I'm talking about. Nah, I'm talking about what's his name? Shunsui.
Oh
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah, yeah.
that's my
yeah.
that's my top don. I've always looked at that homeboy and I said, shit, if I was in that Soul Society, it would have been like a triple threat shenanigans of me, Ikutake, and him, bro. Like there would just be chaos out there, just wandering around, like getting shit with
And the bound arc is
Yamamoto,
perfectly
bro.
written.
I like Bound Arc. I don't know why people hate that shit. I get so
I,
fucking upset
I
when
was
people
about to
talk shit
say
about that.
put some respect on the bounce art.
That
People
shit was
keep on saying
fire,
it.
bro.
People keep on saying it doesn't tie in, and it does. It
Bro,
definitely ties
isn't
in.
that about
Yeah,
the
I've seen the
whole
bound.
like?
Yeah, the bound arc does get a lot of crap.
Isn't it about like the people besides the Soul Reapers in the Soul Society? Like
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
want to hear
yeah,
about the
yeah.
plebeians.
Mm.
They don't want to hear about the small folk. I'm tired of this
I
shit, bro.
I love the bound
before we
arc.
move on though, my favorite Bleach arc is the Fullbringer arc. I
Yeah,
like Fullbringer.
yeah, bro. No
Mm.
cap.
That's the very last one of the.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it?
when he actually gets his powers back, though.
Yeah,
Like he
Yeah.
loses
that's
them
the
all.
very last one of
Yeah,
I
of
that
think
was a
I
anime.
deep
always say
story,
the
though.
the Soul Society one's my favorite because Aizen like is my favorite villain. Like I like the fact that this man is still around at the end. Like
He's
that's
like,
all
man,
I can say.
it's
I
just
He's
say
got
all
Ichibei
that
is my
shit that
favorite
we can't
villain,
get rid of.
bro. Ichibei
Who?
is my favorite villain. Ichibei, he's a villain. He is a
He is.
villain,
Nah, oh bro, you
And
could just
We're
tell
not.
how
We're
many
not.
more? How
bro.
many
We're
more
not getting
animes
into
left?
it.
Bro, you can
We
tell
are
he's
not getting
a
into
villain,
that.
bro. He
We're
is
let's
a
not
not
do
getting
this. Let's
into
villain.
it.
not
Go
do this.
ahead,
Let's not do this.
Addy.
But
Go
yes, I
ahead,
can
You
Addy.
I can
Oh,
say
sorry. Yeah,
Yuhabaha,
how many more
crash
left on
out
the
was
list?
perfect. Hey, look.
I mean, I got a handful, but how
Oh
many
no,
more do you
hell
guys want
no.
to do?
Oh,
nah
Let's do
nah.
no.
one last
One
one.
more.
One last
One
one.
more.
Yo, LJ's like, we
One
taking
last
this
one.
to midnight,
Nah,
baby.
hell no.
Yeah, nah, I gotta roll out. I still have my son, so I
One
gotta
last,
Okay,
roll
one
out.
so
last one. One
Uh,
last one.
Hey,
One
put
last
him to
one.
sleep.
Yo, LJ's
so
like, y'all asked
Speaking
for
of
this
good,
shit, bro.
I had summertime rendering. Has everybody seen that?
I haven't seen that one. I heard it's good though.
What is that called?
Summertime rendering.
Summertime Render.
I heard it's good, but I haven't seen
It's a
it.
psychological.
It's
Yeah,
on Hulu, so they fucking made
It's
it
a
hard to watch.
yeah,
psychological horror thriller type thing. It's very
yes,
similar to Erase.
yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
I
haven't
seen
seen
the
that one
race. I
either.
seen that.
Okay, so we'll skip that one. Damn. Okay. So this one is I guess we could tie both together. I had Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball Super. We could tie them together.
I think Z is properly rated, but I can't tie Super. If you're bringing Super into it, it does kind of bring Z down to me. Uh,
mm,
but I don't know. I guess I can say Dragon Ball's properly rated in my opinion. It is my favorite series, so I'm a show biased to it. It's a classic. It kind of falls within that same category as Bebop. It I think it's perfectly rated. Even if you take Super by itself, it's perfectly rated because it has its flaws, and people point that out. And I think when they point it out, they're very honest about it. So I could say it's perfectly rated.
I'm gonna say Super has no flaws in it. That's what I'm gonna
But you
say.
would be lying to your
No,
goddamn
no,
self.
I ain't lying to myself. Cause look, I didn't see,
Hey,
bro. I
matter
didn't
of fact,
see.
lie to
Look,
yourself, not me,
shut
man.
your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Lie
Look,
to yourself,
it's my
not
time
me.
to talk. It's my time to talk.
You cannot
I
convince
grew up.
me
Look,
the end of the
look,
Black
look,
Goku
look,
arc
look,
ended
look.
good.
Man, look, I loved all of it, bro. It's my favorite one. On top of that, thank you for pointing that out. Goku Black is my
That
favorite
shit
arc.
started off great and fell
Nah,
off
I don't
hard.
care what you say, bro. Now look, I didn't came up looking
Well,
at these
not because his
bad
favorite
animations. Look,
character.
everybody says the animation and it was terrible, bro. I done seen way horrible, terrible. Wow. I done seen way worse animation in Dragon Ball Z. I grew up on that. We used to call the episodes like, oh, they go ugly episode, bro. So I'm used to that. So when people say it was trash because of the animation, because that's mainly what they're saying though. Like, oh, it's trash because of the animation. Like, they're not saying the story is bad at all. Like, they didn't say the animation was trash at first. Which I feel like Super gets kind of too much hate. Uh, Dragon Ball is perfectly rated to me. Like I feel like it's rated right, but I just feel like Super is underrated because we got a lot of things that we never seen in Dragon Ball before, and we get a whole we actually get to see a whole nother vision of Akira Toriyama. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I know Torotaro had a lot to do with it, but I feel like Akira wanted to do a lot more space opera type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like, and he got to do that.
For me, I agree with you guys. I think it's properly rated if we're kind of combining the two together. The moment of Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren literally breaking the internet. I mean,
Yeah,
that kind of speaks for itself in terms of like, it should be put on that pedestal. But there is some, a lot of people that kind of put some hatred towards it, mainly the animation, like Forbes was saying. But for me personally, because it is my favorite as well. I think it's properly rated.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, the one
Likewise.
the one thing why I kind of overlooked the beginning of the animation, there were two things. Was the movies. They do add a little bit of stuff into it, but the movies are pretty almost cover the same exact stuff, and those are incredible.
yeah,
Battle of Gods is incredible. Resurrection has its faults, right?
yeah,
But also the type of pressure and time frame that they put on Super to bring it back. Like I think it was on a 2 week cycle, and animes are usually on a 4 week cycle. So that's why we were getting very bad art style and animation, and that's also why as it started progressing, we started getting better animation, which led up to Tournament of Power, which is it has some of the best animation in the whole series itself.
Mm. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Anyone else?
properly rated. Like it was one of my favorite animes in the past. It was Sailor Moon and that's the only things I used to watch. Um, I grew out of it, and it took me a while to like realize that like the story was as good as it was because I only remembered the screaming and the power ups. But then rewatching it, it's like yeah, nah, there was some political intrigue at times and situations, but I don't think you could ever say it's underrated. Anybody who says it's underrated might be a fanboy to a certain extent, just because it's like I don't know if you can rate it any higher. You know what I'm saying?
yes, you can. Yes, you can.
It's
And
an
and
11
Don't
out of
do
10.
that.
and
Don't do that.
in my opinion, if unless Ginyu stops talking about it, like if Ginyu's radio continues, we don't have anything to worry about. But I don't know if we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball in 15 years, especially if Buddy doesn't get his shit together and like start writing again.
Torotaro about to make his own joint. He like, man, I'm
That's
tired
what
of
I'm
this.
saying. I heard he's making another manga, and it's like,
No, he's not making. That was a
I
translation thing.
know.
It
Yeah.
it is going to be Dragon Ball information in 5 days that we get.
Okay. Okay. As long as they
Yeah.
continue the series, it'll never die. But I
I
do
think we
feel
should
like
continue the manga.
the nostalgia be hitting hard, and that's why that shit broke the internet. I watched it all. I love Super. Super was
Well, I
fun. I
mean,
love Wiz.
Goku did dematerialize and then just come back out of thin air. His body wasn't around. He just completely imploded and then rematerialized. So I think that deserves breaking the internet.
I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm more so saying that like you got to
Bruh.
think about the compression of people like us, people who are older
Nah,
than us,
I get what you're saying.
and
I get what
everybody
you're
coming
saying.
together and seeing greatness. So it's like I get it. I get it. Properly
I
rated for
think
me.
Dragon Ball Kai delivers the story way better. And if you go back now and watch Kai, you will have a better appreciation for the story, in my opinion.
I just go back and look at the sub, and I get everything I need.
You are a glutton for punishment because I ain't doing that shit, bro.
Bro, that's how I
Sub?
fully understood the story more than what I did, bro. Looking at the dub, I was led astray back in the day, bro. Like
Yeah, that's
I had
because of
to,
all the localization that
yeah,
they
no
did. They
facts,
changed a
facts,
lot of the humor and
yeah,
dialogue so Americans can understand it.
like now the dub version, yeah, they on point with it. But back in the day, bro, like it was stuff that I didn't even know. Like in the Frieza saga, when I went back to go look at it in sub, I was like, bro, I didn't know this happened, bro. Like I didn't know how in depth this stuff really was. I was like, nah, bro. I said I'm never looking at this junk in English ever again.
Did you
Yeah,
have the ocean dub?
Hey, don't you disrespect the ocean dub, bro. You better chill.
That's why. It's because it was the ocean
No,
dub.
no, it wasn't the ocean. It was the Funimation dub. That's the one that messed me up. The ocean dub was on point. It was actually acting.
The
Look, the
ocean
person
dub was
that played.
alright. Come on.
Look. Who said that?
I said the
Who
ocean
said
dub
that?
I said it was actually alright. Like I don't know why it gets hate. It was actually alright.
Bro, exactly, bro. Like, bro, that dude played Mega Man, bro. I used to look at Mega Man early in the morning, bro. That's the same voice actor, bro. That's why I miss it, bro.
He's also the main. He's also the main character in Cosmo No Stigma.
Yes,
Who's
bro. Bro, that dude was that dude is,
Look,
bro.
go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah. Anyone else have any final thoughts on Dragon Ball, or did everybody speak their piece?
I mean,
No.
Go ahead,
we
Shen.
talked about Dragon Ball. We talked about Dragon Ball
all the
in,
time.
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So like, people already know how I feel about Dragon Ball. So it's fine.
All right, so you guys let us know down in the comments if you agree with our takes, if you disagree with our takes. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to be part of any of our videos, comment that down below as well, and we will catch you guys in the next video.